So I've had the whiskey advent calendar from Flaviar 2023 for about a week now. So it's about time that I give a kind of first impressions of the product itself, what I think, as well as a bit of a comparison versus last year's one. Now, first things first, what do you get? You get the big box. Box itself, cool design, dark, sleek. They went for kind of more like Aztecian style to it as well. The lost art of distillation. It's a cool vibe. Inside the box, you get the 24 vials, 2 Glencairn glasses. I may be mispronouncing that. As opposed to last year where you got a glass and a coaster, this year you get 2 of these. They're packed in a nice little box. So the cool thing about getting 2 glasses is that you can actually do the whiskey tasting with someone if you actually don't have any of these tasting glasses already at home. Because, 50 ml, quite a lot to drink by yourself. If you want to do this as a co-experience with your partner, with a friend or something, you get 2 glasses, you can split the vials, you can have a great time. So, big perk. The vials themselves, this year has a very kind of like black theme. This one's empty. Let's look at one where there's actually some liquid in it. So, transparent. It is plastic. I don't know how I feel about that, honestly. I kind of like last year's glass ones, but who knows? Maybe some broke on the way, shipment problems, damaged goods before arrival. So maybe they went for plastic as a way to assure product quality. But it's nice. It's good. On the front, you have the number. Then you also get a kind of description of what the product is. So like, for instance, single malt Scotch whiskey, you get the country of origin and you get the amount of alcohol percentage. That's the information that's up on the vial. On top of that, you also get a tasting booklet, which is really nice, actually. It's a step up from last year, so in that part, they did an awesome job. In it, you also get a QR code that sends you to the app, but I'm nearly a week in. I haven't even gone to the app because the tasting booklet gives me everything that I actually need. On one page, you get the cool flavor ring of the whiskey, all the tastes and notes that you actually expect or is supposed to be in that whiskey. And then you get the bottle, you get the name of the producer, as well as all of the other information. You get a little handy coloring guide as well to be like, hey, what color is it? Can you guess? So kind of like a reference scheme. And then, your notes and your rating. So the rating, missing from last year's booklet, they put it in this year. Awesome. So everything that you need in this booklet this year. I have not gone onto the app. So first impressions, can't even say what the app is like. For the full review, I guess, or for the retrospective to how much did I enjoy this whiskey calendar, I'll make sure to dive into the app before that time and then give a full opinion about what I thought of that. And then the last part in terms of what's in the first impressions, price. And here, this one's a little bit, I can't have an opinion about it, but the facts are it is 40 euros more expensive than it is last year. So it ends up at about 202 euros, which is 25% more expensive than last year. And then this is the part where I'm not too happy with, and I gotta hold my reservations because on the one hand, you get two glasses instead of a glass and a coaster. Cool. But that's not really worth all that extra price just yet. So then the main thing is which whiskeys do you get in the calendar? So last year I did the whole entire thing of like looking at how much the bottles were and then doing an entire calculation of how much the average price was for the vial, blah, blah, blah. So gonna do it again this year. And I'm hoping that the price of the whiskeys in this calendar is higher than last year's, because otherwise I genuinely don't understand why it's gone up so aggressively in price. This is my main sticking point of my first impression of this calendar. It's just that the price is so much higher, and that is fine if it wasn't also for a couple of the other cost-cutting measures that feels like it's happening inside this box. Like instead of a nice firm styrofoam interior, you instead get 2 cardboard sheets that seems to be holding all of the plastic instead of glass vials and the shipping of this. So in terms of opening the doors, it's harder to do this year because there's so much more air inside the box, so there's less resistance when you're trying to pop it. It's harder to pop open. Also, just opening up the main cabin that hosted the 2 glasses as well as the tasting book, I ripped up a little bit of it. I almost ripped it off entirely if I wasn't paying attention. It already knocked open some of the doors, like small things like that just make it feel like there's just plenty of cost cutting going on, but the 25% price hike, hopefully it's offset by just putting in a lot more premium whiskeys in there. If that isn't the case, then this box feels a bit like an overpriced box in compared to last year. Yeah, no. So concluding thoughts, happy with it, enjoying it, liking it, loving the booklet, not too happy about the significant price hike yet. Hope to be proven wrong as the advent calendar and the month of December continues. So let me know if you have any questions about the calendar itself, what you would like to know about it, what might come up for you in your purchasing decision, whether or not you would want to buy this or next year's one. Throw it in the comment section below. I'll have a look at it and I'll make sure to incorporate it into the final review or to get your questions answered. And if you're interested in seeing what I thought about last year's advent calendar, you can see that in my channel or in the link in the description below or up above, whichever way. And stay posted because the full review of what I thought and how I'm going to break down the cost component of this box and all that stuff is coming up in the near future.